Time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news here on KALH, weather always comes first. A number of short-wave troughs will develop over the central U.S. beneath an amplifying upper trough stationed over the central and southern parts of Canada. A slow-moving cold front at the surface will act as a focus for scattered afternoon and evening convection across the central and eastern U.S. over the next few days. Closer to home, quiet weather through tomorrow with sunny skies, warm temperatures, relatively light winds. Wind and dust are likely to return on Saturday and more so on Sunday, with critical fire weather conditions a strong possibility. Tree pollen remains moderate while dust and dander are extreme, so you can expect some severe impact to those who suffer from sinus and pulmonary ailments. We'll have another look at the weather following this news.
This is range control roadblock information for Thursday, April 24th. Roadblocks are subject to change without notice. Highway 380 is scheduled to be blocked one time at 7 a.m. This block should last approximately 2 hours. This block will be located at Gold Block, mile marker 3, and at Silver Block, mile marker 49. Highway 70 is scheduled to be blocked one time at 7:10 a.m. This block should last approximately 1 hour. This block will be located at Red Block, top of San Agustin Pass, mile marker 164, and at Yellow Block, White Sands National Park, mile marker 200. Owen Road, Nike Avenue, Las Cruces Gate, and El Paso Gate will all be affected by this block.
Protesters blocked the entrance to Holloman Air Force Base yesterday, voicing their opposition to the military's drone program. Activists with the shutdown drone warfare descended onto the base in Alamogordo for nearly an hour. They called out the military for providing drones to Israel to aid in its war against Hamas. Photos of the event clearly showed people with Palestinian flags as well. One protester who laid on the pavement was arrested and charged with criminal trespassing. Holloman Air Force Base has the largest drone training program in the nation. More than 700 pilots and operators are certified annually. The Tularosa Basin Regional Dispatch Authority was established in 2022 through a joint powers agreement between the city and Otero County to provide emergency communication functions for agencies in Alamogordo, Tularosa, Cloudcroft, and all rural areas of the county. The agency was supposed to be a model of intergovernmental coordination and collaboration to save taxpayers money and provide better cross-functional emergency services. At Tuesday night's city meeting, this is what was said.
Our citizens pay county taxes. Our citizens pay city taxes. They are already paying double for the service that they are not getting. I think it is incumbent upon us to make sure that the citizens of Alamogordo are taken care of, because they are not just paying once, they are paying twice for the city, for the service. They are paying, in my estimate, they are paying more than most of the other communities that are getting served, like Tularosa, Cloudcroft, Mescalero. So with that, I am going to, I don't know if the mayor wants to say anything else, but I do believe that there's no meaningful input taken serious from the city, and I think that we should bring dispatch back because it serves our citizens and it serves our public safety, both fire and APD. And by not doing so, we're not just putting the citizens in danger, we're putting our public servants in danger where we're asking them to do this. And so I think we need to really consider all the issues that they have in serving our citizens.
And with a split vote, the city voted to withdraw from the TBRDA. County Commissioner Amy Barella released a statement which in part reads, quote, "I am deeply disappointed in the city of Alamogordo's choice to walk away from the TBRDA partnership. As a commissioner, I urged a joint work session between the Otero County Commission and the Alamogordo City Commission in hopes of finding resolve and understanding. Unfortunately, that request was adamantly refused by the city." Now, personally, I don't trust the government. I've made that abundantly clear over the years. And when two governmental agencies want to work together, the end result is always a train wreck, and you and I, the taxpayers, get screwed. This should have been a simple, let's try this, and if it doesn't work, we revert. Instead, somehow it's become a thing. The city is going to send a formal notice of withdrawal and has 180 days to reestablish its own dispatch center once again. Cinco de Mayo is taking place Saturday, May 3rd from 4 until 11 at the Otero County Fairgrounds. Teacher Appreciation Week is May 5th through the 9th. Help us celebrate the fantastic teachers by sharing stories about a teacher who has helped you shine. Tularosa presents the free summer reading program beginning June 2nd through the 26th, Monday through Thursday, 8 to noon, Tularosa Elementary School, Tularosa Intermediate School. If you have any questions, call Rebecca Norris 575-585-8802. The Alamogordo Public School Board is pleased to announce Michael Crabtree as the new superintendent of Alamogordo Public Schools. Crabtree has been the acting superintendent since January 2024 and the interim since January 2025. Well, today is Thursday. It's time for a Thursday Thought from our good friend, Pastor Lauren Noble.
Good morning, Crazy Radio. This is Pastor Lauren with our Thursday Thought. I was sorry to hear the death of the Pope Francis. Obviously, I am not a Catholic, but I believe that he tried to do good in some ways, and other ways perhaps not so much. Of course, that's humanity in general. However, several years ago, I came across a quote of Pope Francis that I really liked. It read, "We have created in new idols. The worship of the ancient golden calf has returned in a new and ruthless guise in the idolatry of money and the dictatorship of an impersonal economy lacking a truly human purpose." I think that quote is spot on, as they say. Today's society, by and large, lacks human feeling, as we observe if we spend too much time on social media, and we can observe that same thing out in the general public sometimes. And certainly greed has become our new king. Americans tend to live from paycheck to paycheck so we can have bigger and better. Maybe it is that way worldwide, and money is the new idol of everybody. But I know I've been looking and listening to things from somewhat overseas, and the average house size of theirs is about half of what Americans are. And so I look at that and think, do I really need a $300,000 or $400,000 home, which is what they cost up here, and I certainly don't need 3 bedrooms and 3 baths. In a way, that's how we have become. Everybody works, and mom and dad both work, and we stretch out there on payments because greed has become our new king. Anyway, I certainly like some of the stuff that Pope Francis said, and as I said, the quote I read earlier I really liked, and so I was sorry to hear of his passing, and let me say a prayer for us. Lord, I do pray for them as they look for a new pope, that they will find one that they feel fits their needs. And Father, I pray for us because, in a way, greed has become our new king, and I look at that and think of the houses selling around here for $500,000 and pickups and that driving around that are 80, 90, 100,000, and I'm thinking, oh my. And it's easy to get caught up in that. And I just pray that we'll use some common sense, and especially in today's economy, if things continue to tank stock market-wise and et cetera, there's a lot of people that are going to stand to lose a lot because they do live from paycheck to paycheck. So help us to use some common sense there. Amen. Until we meet up again on the airwaves, blessings to you.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
From basic to advanced computer repairs, it's GalacticGeeksPCRepair.com. Local business owned and operated by Greg Gutierrez. Available for on-site work from 9 to 6 daily. Installations, upgrades, even virus repair. For information, email Greg at GalacticGeeksPCRepair.com. Google IT support, professionally certified.
Local news from local perspectives, from local voices. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Local sports, local events, and local happenings and more. Nonprofit owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Heard daily on Crazy KALH Radio 95.1.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
When you're high, you feel different. But if you feel different, you drive different. So don't drive high. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Former Sunland Park Fire Chief Benito Hernandez has died after a crash happening earlier this month. No further information has been released. The New Mexico Supreme Court has permanently barred a former Donna Ana County magistrate judge from ever serving on the bench again. The justices ruled that Joel Cano's conduct was unbefitting of a judge after Cano resigned last month when the Department of Homeland Security arrested Venezuelan gang member Christian Ortega Lopez, who was living on the property. Ortega Lopez has been in the nation illegally since 2023 and was caught after social media posts surfaced showing him in possession of firearms. Now, to be fair, it's unknown if Cano knew Ortega Lopez was a member of the gang. Cano has not been charged with a crime. Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham will appoint a new judge to serve out his term through 2026. The American Civil Liberties Union of New Mexico released a statement condemning the military's role at the international border in southern New Mexico. U.S. Northern Command announced Monday that troops can now temporarily detain and search trespassers, provide medical assistance, and implement crowd control on the military-controlled land until appropriate law enforcement can take custody of an individual. The ACLU New Mexico calls the military's expanded role concerning. This announcement comes days after Secretary of the Interior Doug Burgum announced that 109,651 acres of federal land in New Mexico along the Mexico border will be transferred to the Department of the Army to support U.S. Border Patrol operations. The U.S. Department of the Interior said troops would assist by constructing and maintaining a border security infrastructure, increasing regular patrols by federal personnel, disrupting foreign terrorist threats, and curbing illegal cross-border activities. Hundreds of climate employees at the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration have been fired for the second time after the Supreme Court reversed the lower court's decision on an initial dismissal. More now from Roz Brown.
New Mexico residents worried about wildfires, tornadoes, or other severe storms will have less reliable information this season following the massive downsizing of the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Hundreds of climate workers at NOAA are gone after the U.S. Supreme Court reversed a lower court order that had temporarily halted their firings by Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency. Speaking at a meeting of the U.S. House Natural Resources Committee, New Mexico Representative Melanie Stansberry said DOJ has left the agency in chaos and disarray.
Court cases, fired staff, the loss of scientists, and dismantled and partially dismantled government programs that will take years to restore and that will have life or death consequences for people on the ground.
The Trump administration plans to further downsize federally supported scientific research next year. This would cut most of NOAA's climate research, eliminate 10 laboratories, a global ocean monitoring program, and the Sea Grant program focused on marine research, terminating a network of 16 science consortiums involving 80 universities and research institutions across 33 states. Retired NOAA Deputy Undersecretary and former National Weather Service employee Miri Glacken argues the U.S. is at a serious risk of alienating the next generation of scientists, policymakers, and leaders, and upending alliances around the globe. She says there's no weather forecast produced in the U.S. that isn't dependent on NOAA.
This could not be a worse time of year for what's happening. We have severe weather, and right now I fear that the only thing keeping us from real disaster is the heroic efforts of NOAA staff.
Last month, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem also said she plans to eliminate the Federal Emergency Management Agency. Since 1979, FEMA has provided leadership and financial assistance to support disaster recovery efforts, as well as training and education to enhance disaster preparedness. I'm Roz Brown.
Sports and weather are coming up next. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, they just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
There are 32 games for New Mexico softball today, including Capitan at Lordsburg, Mesilla Valley Christian at Mescalero, Deming at Chaparral, Alamogordo heads to Las Cruces. Go, Lady Tigers! There are 26 games for New Mexico baseball today, including Las Cruces comes to Alamogordo. Go Tigers! Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for sunny skies, mostly clear tonight, sunny tomorrow, winds gusting up to 21 miles per hour. Your high today in the basin, 84, low tonight of 53, high tomorrow, 87 degrees. In Cloudcroft, sunny skies today, winds gusting up to 20 miles per hour. Mostly clear tonight, winds gusting up to 20. Sunny tomorrow, winds gusting up to 25. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 64, low tonight of 36, high tomorrow, 68 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.org, and you can learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. Also, be sure to check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. And that concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.